Hey, so I thought it was probably about time I did a little video about some of the books I've been picking up since I've moved to America. I've got a whole box full of stuff over there I've been picking up at flea markets and various places, but today I went to a Goodwill store. If you don't know what a Goodwill store is, they're basically like we had back in Australia, Salvation Army stores, thrift stores, that sort of thing. What actually happened was my partner was down there looking at furniture and stuff, and she sent me a photo of a bunch of comics I had. I thought, ooh, comics. I'm not supposed to be buying comics, but I want some comics. So I raced down there to where she was, and they had 3 tote boxes full of comics. All of them were bagged and boarded. 90% of them were in really good condition, like fine, very fine, new mint sort of stuff. I thought, oh, this will be fun. So I started going through them. I looked over at the counter, and there was a guy standing there with a stack of comics, about the same size stack that I had. I thought, oh no, I've probably already missed out on the good ones. He's probably picked through the ones that are worth money or whatever. So I went over to him. I said, hey mate, don't want to be rude, but any chance I can just have a look at the comics you picked up so I know which ones I've missed out on? And he said, yeah, okay, sure, if you want. So he let me flick through them. They were all Uncanny X-Men issues, that's my jam. X-Men is my jam. I had a look through his issues were like around the 250 mark. He didn't have any key issues or anything. They were still good issues, but there was no like first Gambit or anything like that. So I said, all right, thanks mate, thanks very much. Went back to the boxes. There was another couple there who were flicking through them, and they got to the Transformers and G.I. Joe section, and they started just picking up all these random books. I'm like, oh, these are old. And they weren't really. There was a few of the Marvel issues of Transformers, but there was none of the Marvel G.I. Joe stuff. They were all the DW stuff and the stuff that came later. And they asked, because they saw me going through, they said, oh, do you know if these are worth anything? I said, oh, show me what you got. And they called them up and said, nah, they're not really worth much more than what you're paying for them. I said, oh, okay, they're still really cool, grab anyway. I said, yeah, no worries, cool. So they went through their stuff. I was still going through mine. I picked up a stack of 15 books. These were all $1 each. So they're bagged and boarded for $1. Can't say no to that. I've been picking them up at flea markets and stuff for $1, $2 each, but they've never been bagged and boarded, never in this good condition. So I'll show you what I got. I'll start with the crappy issues first, but they're actually really cool. This is issue 1 of the second series of Superpowers from DC with a freaking kick-ass Darkseid cover. It's not worth much more than $1, but that's still pretty cool, so I grabbed that. Issue 224 of the Justice League of America, who is Paragon. I don't know who Paragon is, but we'll find out after I read this issue. So yeah, Justice League. Then we get to the good stuff. Despite the fact that that guy picked up a whole bunch of Uncanny X-Men's, there was still a heap of Uncanny X-Men's left, so naturally I grabbed as many as I could afford. So I've got issue 262, 254, that's a really cool cover with the Freedom Force, the Forge starts. Issue 241, part of the Inferno crossover. Issue 239, another part of the Inferno with a really cool Mr. Sinister cover. Not first appearance of Mr. Sinister, that was issue 220 something, so not far off of that. Issue 219, Welcome to the X-Men Havoc. Obviously not the first appearance of Havoc, but still pretty cool. Issue 203 with a Beyonder cover, which is a Secret Wars tie-in. Yeah, Secret Wars 2 tie-in, pretty cool. Issue 202 of the X-Men, another Secret Wars tie-in. Issue 200 of the Uncanny X-Men, which is the trial of Magneto. Sort of key issue, not really, but it's worth more than a couple of dollars more than these other ones. Then we get down to the lower numbers, issue 198, another classic cover. Issue 196, issue 195. So it's a good little run there of 195, 196, 198, 200, all around that sort of 200 mark, which is pretty good. Issue 193, which I think double size issue anniversary. I feel that's like the first appearance of Firestar, I think, maybe. I'll look at it later, but yeah. So there's that. Issue 174, this is probably the worst condition one because it's got spine roll on the back there, but still a sort of mid issue of the X-Men, good one to have. And then the valuable comic that I found in amongst all these ones, which is actually one I had been wanting to buy because it's written by Brian K. Vaughan, who's probably the greatest writer of all time, is issue 1 of Ex Machina from Wildstorm DC. So I was pretty happy to get that for $1. I'll hold on to that one for sure. So yeah, I've got 15, 16 books, $1 each plus tax, which isn't much. Goodwill store. I left a heap behind. If I can scunge up some more money in my next budget, I'm going to race down and see what's left. They'll probably be all gone. And that's about it. Not bad for sort of on the whim, let's go have a look at a Goodwill store and see what comics I got. So I might do some more videos later about all the other stuff that I've got hidden in those boxes over there. So cheers, thanks for watching.